Okay, so we're talking about unit rates, and now we're going to connect it to proportions. So let's start with one example. Let's say we have a tree right here, cool little tree, and that tree is, say, 12 feet tall, and the shadow of the tree
It's 10 feet.
12 feet. The shadow of the tree is 24 feet. Oops. 24 feet. Now, we are going to use Erica, who is not in this class. She's going to stand right next to the tree. The sun's right here, by the way. Erica's right here. Cool hair. Okay, so Erica is 5 feet tall. I want to know Erica's shadow. What is the length of it?
Wait, what?
Now, I want you to tell me, yes,
What did you say the tree shadow was?
24 feet.
And what about the tree 12 feet? Can you say?
12 feet tall, 24 feet the shadow. Erica's 5 feet tall, we don't know the shadow yet. So can somebody tell me what we're talking about here? Isaac,
Shadows
shadows and what?
and the person's height.
And the person's height. So what are we trying to find?
The shadow's height of Erica's.
Okay.
Erica's shadow.
Erica's shadow. So let's say we have shadow and the height. What is the shadow of the tree?
24.
And what is the height?
12 feet.
12 feet. What else do we know?
Erica's height is 5.
Erica's height is 5 feet. And we're trying to find our shadow, right?
Yeah.
We don't know. Instead of putting a question mark, we can just gonna put S for shadow, okay? Because we don't know it yet. We're trying to figure it out. So what we're going to do here is if you took Hat Miss Norton last year, then you should be able to understand the butterfly method very well. If you didn't, Miss Norton. If you didn't, then you're fine. Don't worry about it. You'll figure it out. For those of you who know it, just bear with me. For those of you who don't, pay close attention. All right. So all you're gonna do here to find S, which we don't know, right? The shadow. We're going to do create a little butterfly here. What that means is that we multiply these values. 12 times S. What does that give me? 12S. 24 feet times 5 feet. What does that give me?
125. 120. No, I'm thinking quarters. It's
It gives me 120. If they were 25, yeah, it would have worked because you could think quarters. Now, listen to this. Watch this carefully. Now that we did this, we're going to move him down, bring him down. Bring that down, and bring that equal sign too. So we're going to put 12S right here. We're going to put 120 right here. The next step is to find S because we don't want that 12. We're interested in S, right? That's the one that we don't know. We're looking for S, for shadow. What are these two doing? If there's nothing in the middle.
Comparing. Multiplying.
They're multiplying, right? 12 times S, they're multiplying. What do you do to get rid of it?
You divide.
Yep.
You divide the 120.
You divide. If they're multiplying, you do the opposite. You divide. So you divide this thing by 12, right? Because you only want S, right?
Yes.
And we can do this. I don't really like to do it, but we can do that. And that will basically cross it out because 12 divided by 12 equals 1, right? That means it's 1S. So we can just put S. It's really not disappearing. So I don't want you to think like whenever you cross them out, they're disappearing. They're not. We just turn it into 1. 12 divided by 12 equals 1. 1 times S equals S, right? Yes.
I have a question. Oh, wouldn't it be easier if we just divide, like, is it possible that it works like by the left number, 120? Divides into 12 and then we're like give you 10 and then the answer to.
That's what we're doing.
Oh.
Don't jump ahead. Okay, so we have that, right? I want you to understand why we do this because later on we're going to have different numbers that are a little more complicated and you won't be able to do it in your head like that. For example, this one we need to know why we are turning it into S. We're not getting rid of them. We're just actually dividing it and it turns into 1. That means we only have one S here. Because right now we have 12 S's. Now we only have one S, right? We only want one S. We are interested in one S, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so now we have that. If we do it to this side, we got to do it to that side too. So we're going to divide that by 12 too.
10.
Well, let's see. What is 120 divided by 12? 1, 0, bring down the 0, 0. 10. So 10 equals S. That means that we have found our S, right? S equals 10. Which answers our question that Erica's shadow is 10 feet.
That was easy.
Now she said, well, you could just multiply it by 2. 12 times 2. But guess what? What if we had a problem like this one? Let's say you used to make
A building.
8 pancakes. Pancakes. Listen, you use 24 and 85 grams of sugar.
Well, that's so much.
That's a lot, right? Not really, because you have almost 44 in a can of Coke.
Wait, you put sugar in pancake?
Yeah.
You
In
put
a
vanilla on it.
Let's say we added sugar to the pancakes or whatever we. Yeah. Now, what are we talking about here?
Pancakes.
Pancakes, and what else?
Grams of sugar.
And grams of sugar, right?
Sorry.
So we're gonna use G for that. So let's say that I want to find out how much sugar I'm going to use for, let's say,
Each pancake.
13 pancakes. And we're gonna use G because you don't know that, right? Now, Angelica said, well, on the other one you can just multiply by 2. What are you gonna do here?
You can't do that.
We can't. We
Divide.
divide because you divide.
That's
You can divide, right? What are you gonna do?
divide 24, 85 into 8.
8.88.
Too much?
No.
No, she said it was easy. This is why I was trying to tell you that it's not always as easy as that. These numbers are not as easy. Yeah, you can divide this by that. Then you have to multiply it by this, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to get the right answer. Or you can do the butterfly effect, which is, not effect, the butterfly method, which is exactly the same thing. Basically what we're doing, that's going to take some calculations, right?
Oh no, Mr. Taraba, it's because I guess you're dividing that and get. Wait,
Mr. Taraba, but how would you know?
24.85 with 13, and then you multiply it what you get there with the 8.
What?
You're doing it backwards.
Or
Yes.
the 8 piece.
What if like,
divided by 8.
if like, you can't multiply 8 by grand because it's not a number.
What?
There's not a number.
That's my point. So what do we get?
I said we can. Well, you have to